Hi, Ryan Michael Galloway here with WeDon'tNeedNoStinkingRecordCompany.com. I'm on the phone right now with David Spangenberg, also known as Professor Pooch from ProfessorPooch.com out of Philadelphia.
Hello.
And hey, David, and thanks for being with me with all these segments, and certainly giving me a chance to learn a whole lot more, and for all the folks following the both of us to hear us talk about this and they get them a little bit more enlightened, and hopefully we can...
let's protect them.
Yeah. It's certainly, you know, what
it's like how to get in, survive, and succeed without getting ripped off.
Yeah, there you go. Well, to that end, we were talking a few minutes ago about an idea that we might talk about on camera, so let's do it on camera. And that is about incorporating. And I imagine maybe you could tell us what it means and perhaps some advantages for doing it.
Yes, incorporation is very important. Let's say, for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say Dolly Parton is hired to play in Las Vegas. Well, she doesn't sign her contract as Dolly Parton. She signs as Dolly Parton LLC. Because let's say, for example, that something happens, the bus breaks down, the plane breaks down, she doesn't make it on time, she misses the thing. They sue her. Well, this time, they're not suing her, the person, they're suing her, the company. And the company has protection for her as a person. They're not going to steal her personal belongings or house or jewels or whatever, you know.
Right.
Protecting your company is something that should be done. An LLC, limited liability company, is what a lot of people use nowadays. And you can do it in your state, you can do it in other states. A lot of people, I know that in Pennsylvania, where I'm at, all the banks are incorporated out of Delaware.
Delaware is a big one.
A lot of times you'll find different states that are good, but you should protect your name. And if you have any companies, I mean, you could do it. If I was setting it up for myself like that, I mean, I'm Professor Pooch LLC, but I would be Professor Pooch Entertainment LLC, and I could have my record company under it if I have one, and my publishing company, and whatever else. You know, you can have other companies underneath it, but you should have an incorporation. You should be incorporated or protected in some manner legally, so that just for protection and for tax reasons. I mean,
that was the one I was going to mention was, yeah, tax reasons. I've got a little S-Corp that I've been using since 2001, and boy, you channel everything through that, and it really makes it easy to show how to write things off, as from things down to the cost of your strings to the cost of your tour bus, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, I have a whole list I made up. It's in my books and courses. It's in my book. I know has a list of things you can write off, but it has to be entertainment related, folks, you know. But your costumes, anything you wear, things like that, a lot of things can be written off for tax reasons. Just, you know, see an accountant because the laws change every year.
They do, and I believe that it's a little easier sometimes to write things off as a corporation as opposed to a business expense individually.
Definitely, and if you have these different companies, you charge each company. Let's say you own a recording studio and you're a publishing company. Well, if you record in the recording studio, you know, the recording studio should charge the publishing company. The reason this is done is it lowers the amount of taxes by, you know, each company makes a little less, and you can have other companies under companies. The tobacco companies own half the food companies. And when each of the under companies, the children, we call them, you know, there's a parent and children. The parent is your entertainment LLC or whatever you want to call it, enterprises, whatever. The publishing company looks like it's going to start making money. Incorporate that too. Separate it out.
Is this something you really ought to see a lawyer for?
It can be done through a lawyer. It does not have to be done through a lawyer. I mean, I'm not going to start giving company names out, but I mean, there's some states where, especially I know Delaware definitely, is really a company, not a state, and you actually go to a company to incorporate, not to the government. Whereas in Pennsylvania, if I went to Pennsylvania, I have to go to the government.
Gotcha.
And through the phone, through Delaware, you can be on 10 minutes and poof, you're incorporated. But you also want that a tax ID number for, like, if you want to incorporate your publishing company and things like that. You know, when you fill out the different tax forms for them, it's a W-9 form. You know, that you can put the tax number in. Otherwise, you could have to use your Social Security number.
And then make sure you file your taxes, corporate taxes for the state and for the federal, and that's one complication.
Yep. Oh
that
yeah,
you
you can't. You know,
it's worth it.
You know, you guys still got to pay taxes.
Yeah, but it's worth doing.
One thing in life you always have to do.
Death and taxes, as they say.
Yep.
Professor, thank you so much for being with me for the last number of posts here. It's been really enlightening to everybody, and myself included. And I hope that I can get you to come back another time. We can talk about a few more things a little deeper.
Anytime you want.
All righty, sir. Thank you so much. That's Professor Pooch at ProfessorPooch.com, also known as David Spangenberg. And I am Ryan Michael Galloway with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com.